Today on EA Sports. It's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Houston Gunners taking on the Oklahoma City Nighthawks.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with their opponents. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
On second down, it's Burnett. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete to Burnett. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to have a third down. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back.
They'll run on first down. Burnett, and not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 65 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. This one caught over the middle by Burnett. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now, it's Burnett, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but then may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So that one will be accepted. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 4th down, Mike Vrabel says, let's get 3 out of this. He sends on the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 22 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
They run the counter now on 1st down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. McCain. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Throw left side complete. That's Casey. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 2nd down, it's Burnett. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. On 1st down, McCain finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, McCain firing quickly here, and that's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, McCain. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. McCain. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Hands it off out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. McCain, quick hitter here. It's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again. On 1st down, Burnett. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hughes. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. On 3rd down, it's Burnett. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. And now here's a carry heading left. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now out comes Houston. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's a second down. Back to throw here. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And he's got his big tight end here. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Burnett. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And this one is right through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On 1st and 10, McCain. That'll be caught by Rodgers. That catch good for only a couple. Looking to throw on second down. McCain, he finds his man, complete. It's Casey. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Burnett, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This one complete to Gresham. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Burnett. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Back to throw. And Gresham has it left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a couple. On 2nd down now, it's Burnett. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Right back to him on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Now back to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. McCain. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. McCain. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. McCain. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
To throw on second down. McCain can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. McCain. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in.
Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. McCain. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Houston set to take over. Fourth quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago. And it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining.
They'll come out throwing. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burnett. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be a second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one complete to Burnett. And he gets it down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. So that'll back him up 5. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll keep it on the ground. Stanley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Burnett, and a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Looking to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick here is good. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again.
And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
right?
Yeah,
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Throwing on 1st down. McCain throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And this one's incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw on 3rd down. McCain.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
He finds his man complete. It's Hughes. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that down and take a 4th quarter lead.
On 1st down, McCain.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. On 1st and 10, McCain got it complete to Rodgers. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And that is incomplete. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Then he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they saw...
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot. He's back to throw. Got an open man. It's Burnett. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. And complete. Gresham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, it would have been a long one, but that was the spot that they put themselves in, Charles, forcing him to try from long distance, and he comes up empty.
And you know what happens oftentimes when you're trying to kick a little bit beyond your range, you overkick it, right? Don't get all of it. In this situation, they cannot point fingers at him. They've got to go back and examine their play calls, how they tried to traverse the ball down the field, and why they didn't get bigger chunks of yardage in order to set up a field goal that was much more manageable.
Yeah, because 5 to 10 yards there could have made a world of difference. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for our visitors, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.